For over a decade, social media has been filled with strange videos taken over Israel, with luminous interceptor missiles rising into the night to take out approaching rockets in a burst of flame. But the truth behind it has more to do with a power struggle that pits state-of-the-art Israeli military tactics against rudimentary homemade rockets propelled by hot sugar. First fielded in 2011, Iron Dome is the country's aerial defense system against incoming short-range rockets. Creating an invisible dome of protection in the Israeli skies, the device can be moved around depending on the location of the threat. With cutting-edge technology and $1 billion donation from the United States, Israel's Iron Dome has a 90% effectiveness rate and has proven a significant game-changer for the Middle Eastern country. The Iron Giant. When online commenters describe footage of the Israeli Iron Dome defense system at work, words like alien invasion, fireworks, and sci-fi abound. However, the device, developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, is the perfect combination of new and old-school warfare technology. The Iron Dome, considered one of the most advanced defense systems in the world, is a network comprised of detection and tracking radars, a manned battle management unit based on a control center, and unmanned missile units. Iron Dome provides an effective defense solution for countering rockets, artillery shells fired from the Gaza Strip, aircraft, and helicopters. Also, the system was designed to operate in all weather conditions, including low clouds, rain, dust storms, and fog. While expensive to develop, with an estimated cost that ranges from $20,000 to $100,000 each, the system's manufacturers claim that Iron Dome is a cost-effective solution for Israel. According to its official website, Iron Dome can handle multiple threats simultaneously and efficiently. The technology in the system is able to differentiate between missiles that are likely to hit built-up areas and those that aren't, and it only launches interceptor missiles to shoot down the ones that are considered dangerous. Each Iron Dome is specifically designed as protection against incoming short-range threats, with a maximum range of 43 miles. The program was developed by Israeli firms Rafael Advanced Defense Systems and Israeli Aerospace Industries, with some U.S. support. Perfect role. The idea behind the weapon emerged after a raid of thousands of rockets launched by Lebanon's militant Hezbollah movement in 2006 that caused massive damage, mass evacuations, and dozens of casualties. To prevent a similar attack, all the units were carefully dispersed over Israel, allowing for maximum coverage of populated areas and creating an imaginary dome in the sky. Also, each Iron Dome launcher was designed to carry 20 200-pound Tamir missiles, and their warheads would explode over a neutral area, significantly reducing collateral damage to the protected area. The weapon finally began operations in early 2011. Initially deployed in southern Israel, the units were placed in pivotal locations, such as the town of Sderot, during significant escalations along the Gaza border. In over a decade of operations, more than 10 batteries have been deployed across the country. According to Israeli military spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Kornikus, Iron Dome is a lifesaver that has become a staple of the nation's defenses. The device is so effective that its manufacturing company claims it has intercepted more than 2,500 threats with a success rate of more than 90%. On August 7, 2022, its already impressive performance rose up to 97% during a specific attack in a flare-up of fighting between the Israeli forces and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad militants in Gaza. American aid. The United States was heavily involved in the development of Iron Dome. From 2011 and throughout the decade, Washington contributed a total of $1.6 billion to the program. Another $1 billion in funding was approved by the United States Congress for the 2022 budget, guaranteeing support for the missile system for years to come. The United States and Israel have kept a solid strategic partnership for decades, and the relationship also gives Americans access to cutting-edge defense technology. During a visit to Israel in July of 2021, President Joe Biden toured an Iron Dome display at Ben Gurion Airport. The president also caught a glimpse of the Iron Beam system, designed to work in tandem with the dome to shoot down much smaller projectiles. Around the same time, the United States Army, which has 2 Iron Dome batteries to protect overseas bases, announced the completion of an interceptor test of the system. Supplied in late 2020, the Army has plans to eventually buy more devices to strategically field Iron Dome as an interim cruise missile defense solution. According to Major General Brian Gibson, the director of the U.S. Army's Air and Missile Defense Cross-Functional Team, quote, "It's important to understand that implementation for the U.S. is about the ability to integrate this system into our air defense picture." Limitations. In more than a decade of operations against Hamas, the Islamic resistance movement, Iron Dome has received its fair share of criticism. Meanwhile, the intensity of recent barrages from Gaza suggests militant groups are attempting to overwhelm the Iron Dome, raising analysts' concerns about the system's limitations. And even though Iron Dome has been overwhelmingly successful, the system has a high but unknown saturation point regarding the maximum number of rockets it can deal with simultaneously. If such a limit is exceeded, all the remaining incoming missiles will undoubtedly get through. A weakness for most potential foreign markets is that each Iron Dome system only protects up to 58 square miles of airspace. And while effective in smaller countries like Israel, the system may struggle to find a strong purpose in larger areas. Even in Israel, the dome batteries have to be moved around in response to intelligence about potential areas of risk. However, its most significant criticism lies in its domestically high cost, in contrast to the significantly cheaper rockets lobbed by Hamas, with a relation of 50 to 1. Locally produced, the militant rocket's main component is the body with an added detonator, filled with rocket fuel made from mixing fertilizer and melted sugar. With no guidance system, a militant rocket fired from a simple homemade metal frame can be extremely inaccurate and have to be fired in the target's general direction. While the earliest version of the type was about 6 feet long, weighed 80 pounds, and had a 2-mile range, the biggest one weighs more than 100 pounds, but it is still light enough to be set up and launched by 2 men with a range of over 20 miles. Still, the rudimentary warheads do little to no damage compared to more modern weapons, especially the Iron Dome Tamir missile. Tamir missiles force the targets to stop their day-to-day activities and hide in shelters upon the sound of the alert. As Israel inevitably deploys more and more batteries of the Iron Dome technology, Hamas is sure to counterattack by also modifying its tactics with higher range and higher yield rocket variants. With the long-time ebb and flow of tensions along the Gaza Strip, as well as increasing political instability in Lebanon and the Middle East, the Iron Dome is sure to remain a mainstay of the Israeli army for years to come.